3 reasons to implement SMS text messages in your business and how to do it with ClickSend and ActiveCampaign. Ciao and welcome to my new video. In this one, I'll show you how you can drive sales and improve customer experience by integrating an SMS text messaging solution into your tech stack. I'm gonna explain to you why you should implement it. I'm gonna show you some use cases and then 2 prerequisites before you get started, 4 best practices to avoid common mistakes, and then I'm gonna show you a tutorial on how to do so in ClickSend. If you don't know me already, I'm a business automation consultant and I help busy managers and entrepreneurs automate their processes so they can save time and reduce the overwhelm of the team. No matter what type of business you are in, effective communication and personalized engagement with your audience are fundamental for today's business success. Every single day, your audience is bombarded by emails and content on social media, and SMS text messages are a great way to stand out from your competitors and make your marketing effective. This is kind of funny because what is old is new again. 15 to 20 years ago, it was a massively used channel before the booming of social media, and now companies are starting to use SMS again. I strongly believe that the modalities might change, but a good marketer also studies the past and is not only focused on finding the next shiny object. By the way, this video is to deepen another video I created in which I explain what processes you can automate in your business using no-code tools. I'll put the link somewhere so you can go watch it. Let's get started. So, why should you integrate SMS text messages in your strategy? The first reason is for differentiation. As I previously mentioned, every of your competitor is using emails and social media to communicate with the audience. So SMS text messages are a great way to stand out, be different, and use another channel that is cost-effective to communicate with your potential customers and customers. I said cost-effective because at the moment it's not an expensive channel to use, so it's a great one to be added to your list. The second reason is that according to Forbes, it has an open rate of 98%, and this open rate is really high. That means that you have more chances that your message is seen by your potential customer or customer. And don't forget that you can include in your text relevant links and call to actions to guide the person through the journey. The third reason is to have an omnichannel strategy. In today's market, you need to have an omnichannel approach to drive sales and offer a superior customer experience. The attention span is really low and people forget about you after minutes they see your post, ad, or piece of content. As I already said, SMS text messages are a cost-effective way to communicate with your audience and always stay top of mind. And this leads to the following part of this video. What are the use cases of SMS text messages? In this video, I cover 2 main areas. The first one is sales and marketing, and the second one is customer experience. The first use case is related to the activities that you have in your sales and marketing processes. And the goal is to make those processes more efficient and effective. You can set up text messages to do many things. For example, sales follow-ups. During the sales process, the negotiation process, you might want to send relevant material and content and videos and so on to your prospect so you can guide them through the process from being a lead to being a customer. You can set up an automation that sends those messages based on the timing that you prefer, on the timing that you need, or based on a set of actions that your contacts might take. There are many triggers that you can choose from, and the best one to use depends on the type of business that you are in and your strategy. Another example is upsells and cross-sells. The best moment to do upselling and cross-selling is right after a person has purchased something from you. Because after they buy your product or service, they might be interested in a more complete version of it or in a complementary thing. The last example is sales promotions. Sometimes, for example, once a month, you might want to send sales promotions to specific segments of your audience. And SMS text messages are a great way to do so. You need to create the segments in your CRM, and then via an automation you can send the text messages to the contacts that meet the criteria. The second area I wanted to talk about is the customer experience. You can use text messages to improve the experience that you offer to your audience, and here the examples are plenty. You can use it as notifications and confirmations after events like a purchase or a form submission or a demo schedule, etc. As reminders before demos, before appointments, trials, and as check-in messages to verify that your customer is happy with the product or service. Some of my clients even use it as internal notifications to keep the team aligned when delivering their service. In this regard, SMS text messages have a lot of use cases for service-based businesses. To summarize it all, the implementation of SMS text messages helps you to improve the sales and marketing efficiency and the customer experience, which leads to a higher conversion and retention rates. However, what are the prerequisites for such implementation? The first one is that you need to have processes in place that are already working. You need to make sure that those processes are bringing results. And that's because SMS text messages will not solve your strategy problems. You need to analyze those processes and understand where SMS text messages can help you speed up part of the process, solve a bottleneck, or be more efficient. The second prerequisite is that you need to have a single source of truth. And that means that you need to make sure that your CRM is well structured and in a good stand, so that you can leverage the data that you have in your automations. As I previously mentioned, you can personalize the text messages by including the fields that you created in your CRM. And that's why you need to keep it clean and well organized. Before I get into the tool recommendation and the integration tutorial, I want to talk about the best practices to avoid common mistakes. The first one is that you always need to collect the consent to send this type of communications, and you also need to offer clear opt-out options. In this regard, I always recommend to learn more about the law in your specific country or area. In Europe, for example, we have the GDPR law, and every business has to follow it. This legal part is pretty boring, I would say, but it is really important that you take care of it. Second best practice is to always identify yourself. You can't expect your contacts to have you on their phone book, so always remind them who you are. The third one is the timing. Be mindful when setting up your automations because, of course, nobody likes to be woken up in the middle of the night by an SMS text message. And the last one is be short and to the point. You only have a limited amount of characters, so choose your words wisely to be as effective as possible. As always, there are many tools that you can use, and the best one depends on your specific scenario. I recommend that you list out your business needs and constraints, and then that you compare the different tools. I often use ClickSend because of the following reasons. The first one is that it has a native integration with ActiveCampaign. The second one is that it integrates with Zapier. The third one is that it has a user interface that is friendly also for non-tech savvy people, so the whole team can use it easily. And the last one is that there is a one-to-one chat with your contacts. Moreover, ClickSend allows you to mail letters and postcards. And if you are in a service-based business, the use cases are plenty. For example, you can mail welcome postcards to new customers or special promos to your loyal customers. Needless to say that this improves the customer experience that you offer to your audience and make you stand out from your competitors. Alright, so now I'll show you how you can integrate the ClickSend to ActiveCampaign. I'm in my ActiveCampaign sandbox account, and you need to go to automations and select the relevant one. The purpose of this brief tutorial is just to show you how you can do the integration. Of course, you need to contextualize what I'm about to say to your specific scenario. Let's say that this is the automation in which you want to create the step to send an SMS text message. So you can click on the plus button and then CX apps. CX stands for customer experience. So you have to scroll down and there should be, yes, this one, send SMS using ClickSend. Now you have to connect the ClickSend account that you previously created. Here you need to put your username and here the API key. After you connect the account, you are asked to select the phone number and to enter the message text. As you can see here, you can use the fields that you created in ActiveCampaign to personalize and customize your text message. As an example, we can put, for example, hi, and then first name, and then etc. So after you insert the text message, you need to click on finish. And here you have your automation step to send an SMS text message. As I previously mentioned, with ClickSend, you can also mail postcards and letters to your contacts. And the process is pretty similar. You need to click on the plus button and then CX apps, scroll down and go to send postcard using ClickSend. After you connect to your account, you need to enter the URL of your file and you need to select the return address that you created in ClickSend. The last step is to map out the fields. You basically have to match the ActiveCampaign fields with the ClickSend fields. As you can see here, you have first name, last name, address, line 1, postal code, city, etc. You need to create these fields in ActiveCampaign so that you can map them out, pass the info to ClickSend, so ClickSend can mail your postcard. As a best practice, I always recommend to use the same naming, meaning when you create the fields in ActiveCampaign, you need to use the same naming that they have in ClickSend. Especially when you integrate multiple third-party tools, the naming convention is really important. You need to follow it because otherwise you are going to forget what the fields are for, and in 2 months, 3 months from now, your account is a mess. After you map out your fields, you need to click on finish and your step is set up. Of course, you need to have in your process a step in which you insert those info in ActiveCampaign. It can be a form, it can be a manual entry from your team, whatever, so that when the contact reaches this step inside this automation, this info is passed to ClickSend, and then ClickSend can mail your postcard. This is the ClickSend interface, and to find the history of the messages that you sent, you need to go to SMS, history, and here you will find a list of the messages that have been sent from your account. There is also a one-to-one chat here. If you click on Messenger, here you'll find a list of the recent contacts you had a conversation with. Here you would have your messages, and here you can type your message and even insert a template. So you can create multiple templates here if you click on templates, and then you can insert them while chatting with your contacts. You can even create SMS campaigns that are similar to newsletters. So if you click here, SMS campaign, then you need to click on this button and you can start setting up your SMS campaign. First of all, you need to select who is going to receive this SMS. Of course, you can create a multiple list. So for now, I'm going to choose this one. Okay, from, and then of course you need to start typing your message. You can use what they call placeholders to personalize your text message. And these are the fields that you have in ClickSend. All right, so this was an overview of the SMS in ClickSend. And the logic is pretty much the same for the postcards. If you click on postcards, here you have the history. Discard the draft. So if you click on history, here you have the list of postcards that you sent to your contacts. You can also send one by one if you click on send postcards. And here, as we did for SMS text messages, you can do the same for postcards. Here you can select your contact, from, you upload the PDF, etc. The last thing that I wanted to show you is the integration via Zapier. Sometimes you wanted to create more complex workflows, or you don't have the native integration. In this case, with ClickSend we have it, but I want to show you also the integration via Zapier because I want to give you an overview of what is possible to do. So let's open Zapier. Since in this video I am talking about the integration between ActiveCampaign and ClickSend, here I am going to choose as a trigger an ActiveCampaign event. Here we have a whole list of events that we can choose from. For example, a new deal is created, a new contact is created, etc. We have a whole list of things that we can choose from. It depends on your specific scenario. In case you don't find the event that you need, you can use webhooks. So let's type it, new automation webhook. So now I'm going to explain to you what the webhooks are. Okay, copy. So a webhook is basically a package of info that is sent to an URL. I just copied that URL and I'm going to paste it here. Webhook. Okay, save. What happens is that when the contact reaches this step, the info related to that contact is sent to the URL, and then Zapier catches this URL with all the info, and then we can create several steps using that info. And now I'm going to show you an example. I add this contact to the automation that I showed you before. Okay. Perfect. So I added that contact to this automation and we can test it here. Test trigger. Yes, we found an automation. So basically, these are the ActiveCampaign fields and the info related to that specific contact have been sent to Zapier. So now we can click on continue and we can select an action. For example, click send SMS. Okay, send SMS. And now we can use those info here. So for example, in the message here, we have all the fields and the values that we have in ActiveCampaign, and we can use it to personalize the message. With Zapier, you can create workflows that are more complex. The one that I just show you is an easy one, and I hope that this brief tutorial gave you an overview of what is possible to do with ClickSend, Zapier, and ActiveCampaign. As always, if you wanted to learn more about the process that I follow to help my clients achieve results faster, I'll put the link below this video to download my business automation guide. And in case you are ready to start the automation journey and automate your processes, I'll put the link to apply to work with me. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next ones. Ciao!